Alrighty, so we are done with that puzzle, and we are moving on to whatever is next. Maybe our first ending. Let's check it out. The hallway stretched out in front of Junpei for a bit before turning left like a great backward L.
All right, let's go.
Alright. Junpei rounded the corner and took off down the straightaway. He ran, and ran, and ran. At the end of the hallway was a door.
That's the next door.
He made straight for it.
Wait, a piece of paper.
But he was nearly halfway to it when he noticed a piece of paper in the middle of the floor. Junpei skidded to a halt.
This is...
He dropped down to his hands and knees and quickly tore the paper off of the floor.
Map of the ship's interior for A-Deck.
More maps.
What's wrong?
Ace, slightly slower by virtue of his advanced age, had finally caught up to Junpei.
I found a map for this floor.
He showed Ace what he snatched from the wall. Wait, I thought it was on the floor. Wait, I found this map on the floor. He showed Ace what he had snatched from the wall. Okay, yeah, sure, why not? He looked at it long enough to determine what it was and nodded.
I see.
With that, he began running again, past Junpei.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
He just
should
took
keep
off.
this, though.
Junpei shoved the map into his pocket and got up to follow Ace. But something stopped him.
Hey, where's Clover?
Ooh, he turned around. Clover was nowhere to be seen.
Damn it, what the hell is she up to?
Junpei muttered angrily under his breath and took off back the way he'd come. As he stomped around the corner, he saw her. She was standing in front of the door to the captain's quarter, her hand on the doorknob.
Clover!
Huh?
As Junpei watched, she closed it gently and quietly.
What the hell are you doing?
Nothing.
What do you mean, nothing?
Clover had unconsciously put her hands over the pockets of her jacket as if to hide something. What did she put in her pockets? What was in the last room that she could put in her pockets?
What the hell is that?
What?
You've got something in your pocket. What is it?
Oh, this? This is... a note.
A note.
A note?
Yeah, I found it in the pocket of the guy with the captain's clothes. It said something about the darkness of the sinister hand or something.
Huh?
What the hell? Let me see it.
Sounds like a friggin' supervillain group from a superhero show.
No, not right.
Junpei wasn't going to get to see it. From the other end of the hallway, he heard Ace's voice.
Hey, Junpei, Clover! What are you two doing? Hurry up!
He's getting mad.
Clover shrugged.
I'll show it to you later, alright? Come on, we gotta hurry.
Alright, I don't trust it. Before Junpei could protest, she was gone. Around the corner, and off down the long stem of the L. A note. A note. Junpei was curious. But there was something else that bothered him.
From the look of that pocket, it doesn't particularly look like just a note.
Yeah, I agree. Did she maybe take the bracelet too for some reason? That's the only other thing I can remember there being like loose in that room, you know? I'm not sure what else might have been there. Trying to remember if there was.
Jeez, what are you thinking? For crying out loud.
Junpei did his best to convince himself that it would make sense later and ran off after Clover. Junpei pushed through the door and found himself in a large room with a large set of stairs. Oh, are we back? Looks like we are.
Big stairs. So this is where it ends up. Just like it says on the map.
It was just what he'd expected to see after reading the map. His I see after reading the map himself meant that Ace had probably realized the same thing.
Ace, did he head down?
He put his hands on the handrail and leaned over to look down.
Oh, there he is.
Oh,
Look,
I don't see
the
him.
4 others are there too.
Hey! Not just Ace, Santa, June, Seven, and Lotus as
Really?
well. We met back
Let's
up.
join them.
We did meet back up before, didn't we? Or did we not? When we finished I think we went through door 6. I think we ended up splitting up. We never met back up with the other group, did we? Just the group that went through 6 split up and... or did we all go different spots? Because we were looking for... Yeah, because we were looking for Clover, right? So I think we all did meet back up. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure I remember how these endings differ and everything. Junpei and Clover glanced at each other and hurried down the stairs. They reached B deck at the same time.
Jumpy! Clover!
June's face was excited. Something had happened. That much Junpei could tell by looking at her.
What's up?
Simply by looking at her. Given their situation, he was not inclined to be excited about sudden developments. June, however, couldn't contain herself.
We
Ooh.
found it!
What'd you find?
Found what?
We found it!
What did you find?
The 9 door?
The last door!
Yep.
We found door 9!
What?
Come on, just follow us. We'll explain on the way.
Alright.
Okay.
Seven turned and jogged off down the stairs.
Well, if that's the case...
Wait for me.
We should get going as well.
Alright. The rest followed.
Jumpy! We finally made it!
Oh boy. The relief and excitement in her voice echoed what each of them felt.
Yeah, it's finally time.
Junpei wasn't quite ready to believe they'd really done it, at least not just yet. I don't believe it either. Especially, not to metagame it too much, but especially because I know this isn't the true ending. I just feel like something's about to go horribly wrong. Still, if everyone said that it was door 9, then it probably was.
We've reached the end.
He could feel his heart racing. A mixture of anticipation and fear ran through his veins, and he could feel his legs shaking. He was doing his best to maintain a sense of healthy skepticism, but he couldn't deny that the prospect of escape was an exciting one.
Something's bothering me. Only 3 to 5 people
Yep.
can go through the numbered door.
We're about to have a
7
problem.
of us are on our way to door 9. That means that, best case scenario, there will be 2 of us who have to stay behind.
Yeah.
2 people. Is there a way?
I mean, the only way would be if you can somehow split our 7-man group into 2 groups of, 3 to 5. And each equal 9, but I don't think that's possible. Junpei looked over at the clock.
4:30. We've only got 90 minutes left.
Damn, 90
I've
minutes
got no
left.
time to wonder about it now.
Hey, Junpei! June! What the hell are you two doing? Hurry it up!
Santa's voice jolted Junpei out of his reverie? I don't know what that word is. Sorry, guys. I suck.
Let's go, Jumpy!
Reverie? I don't know. Let's go, Jumpy. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Yeah. Yep. Let's just get past that line that I couldn't read. June took off down the stairs, jogging as quickly as she could.
Yeah.
Junpei followed. Alright. Okay, no one stab me, please. I'm not gonna get stabbed, right? As a group, they piled into the elevator and rode impatiently down to E-Deck. Okay, not stabbed yet. It looked familiar. There was a metal grate between the 2 elevators. Seven grabbed hold of it and began to talk.
I know I told you I'd explain it earlier, but honestly, there ain't much to explain. After we split off from you guys, the 4 of us got into the elevator on the left, and that took us to the other side of the grate. After that, we headed down another hallway. It took us toward the bow and eventually to the number 6 that you 2 found earlier.
Yep.
We opened it and kept going.
Alright.
There was another locked door behind it, like usual. But this time we had to complete 2 different areas before we could unlock
Hey,
it.
so did we.
Once we were through that door, there was another hallway that went the other direction, toward the stern.
So, on your way, you found the elevator.
That's right.
So, in other words, you kinda did a lap, huh? You came from that side to this side.
Yeah.
Alright, with that settled, Junpei looked around.
So, where's the number 9 door?
Over here. Follow me.
Yep. Seven began walking down the hallway that led to the stern. Junpei and the others broke into a jog to keep up with him.
By the way,
They had been walking for a while, June in silent step with Junpei when she spoke.
you know, it's because of Santa that we're all here right now.
Oh yeah? Was he the one able to figure out the
That all
puzzle?
7 of us are going to door 9.
What?
You don't get it? Santa, 7, and Lotus. What's their digital route?
9, yeah.
9. It's 9.
That's right.
So they could have just left without
They
us.
could have just left me behind and kept going if they'd wanted to.
But they didn't.
Yes, because Santa wouldn't let them. He said, we can't leave June and the others behind. That's why we went looking for you guys.
And then you got on the elevator and went back to the central staircase.
That's right.
Well, I wouldn't have called that one. That Santa would be the one to stick up for you, I mean.
Junpei felt his eyebrows knit as he considered that.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
Perhaps June had sensed Junpei's concern.
I don't mean that 7 and Lotus said they wanted to leave me behind. We were just talking about it, and Santa objected to it first.
Is that so?
Junpei's jealous, oh. Junpei was about to respond when 7 suddenly stopped.
We're here.
In front of them stood a
So-
door.
Is this...
Yeah.
Junpei couldn't see 7's face, but he could see him nod.
There's no other place for us to go.
Nope. Just look around. There's a big old iron wall at the end of the hallway. The other hallways on the left and right are blocked by metal grates.
I see.
It looked as though 7 was right. The door in front of them was their only choice.
All right, let's get moving.
He pulled open the door and walked in. Junpei took a deep breath and followed. Yep, we've seen this room before. It appeared they'd been telling the truth.
No way.
The first thing Junpei saw as he entered the room was the number 9. Like all the others, it was a rough thing made of red paint. The door it decorated sat on the back wall of a rectangular room. Junpei ran up to it.
The 9 door.
Okay, now turn around and open the coffin. It was a large double door with powerful styling. Something about it was almost majestic, and it made the red paint look especially garish.
We're finally here.
Junpei grabbed the handle and shook. It didn't budge, but then he really hadn't expected it to. The red was bolted to the wall next to the door. Its display read vacant.
No doubt about it. This is door 9. Oh, finally! This is the last.
Junpei felt a flood of emotion wash over him. He felt a chill down his back, and his chest tightened even as his blood began to boil. There was a moment of complete silence.
Junpei, look behind you.
Yep, he turned around.
What?
Junpei could scarcely believe what he saw.
Why? A door
Yep.
and a 9. There's another one?
It's funny because, like, obviously the game's built in a way that whatever ending you get, it's still gonna, you know, obviously this is still new to the characters, but it's so funny with, like, me knowing this, but then, like, going through it. But yeah.
Hey, what the hell? What the hell is going on here?
His words came slowly and his brain struggled to understand what he'd seen. On shaky legs, he made his way to the second 9. It was a small door set parallel to the door they'd come through, but in the other corner of the room. 9. There's no mistaking the number, and if any more proof was needed, the red was bolted to the wall near the door.
There's a red there too. That means
The way for
Of course
everyone to
it
get
won't
out.
open.
He grabbed the handle and shook the door, not because he expected it to open, but because he had to make sure it was real.
Why? Why the hell are there 2 doors?
It was Ace who spoke first.
Do you think perhaps one is the right door and the other is the wrong one?
No, I think it's like Zero being generous, and if everyone made it here, they'd be able to get out, possibly. Lotus was skeptical.
I don't know about that. It seems unlikely.
What makes you say so?
Well, think about all the rooms we've been through so far. They're full of puzzles, but there are always hints about how to solve them. I'm pretty sure there aren't any rooms where we just had to go with our best guess and leave it to instinct to solve the puzzle.
Except for when we got locked in the freezer. I agree with what she said, except for when we got locked in the freezer. That one seemed the most sketchy.
Do you really think that at the very end of the game, Zero's going to suddenly throw in something that depends entirely on luck?
Then you're saying there's some sort of hint in this room.
No, I don't think there's a hint anywhere in here. I searched it very well when I was in here before. I didn't find anything that might have been a hint, though.
Well then, that means...
Yeah, both of these are the right door. I mean, if you think about it, Zero never actually said there was only one door with a 9 on it.
Yep.
It is hidden, but an exit can seek a way out.
Yep, okay. Junpei, I remember that stuff, so... Junpei began to mutter to
So
himself.
if there are 2 number 9 doors, if we split it up right,
That's not gonna work.
Yeah, Junpei blinked and looked up at Clover. She held out her hand.
You've got a notebook and a pen, right? Can I borrow them?
Yep, she's
yeah,
gonna
here.
run the numbers. We're not gonna be able to split into 2 groups, are we? He pulled them out, slightly confused, he pulled them out and handed them to her.
Look at this.
Clover opened the notebook to a blank page and set it down on the desk. Everyone else gathered around her and watched as she wrote down a series of numbers. Yep.
You get it? The numbers on the top are all the combinations with digital roots of 9. The numbers on the bottom are the people who don't fit.
Yep.
There's only 8 possibilities if we split up into 2 groups of 3 or 4 people. So...
If 3 people go through the door, then 4 are left behind. If 4 go through, then 3 are left behind, right?
yeah.
Clover nodded almost as if she were pleased with herself for solving a difficult math problem.
No way.
Damn. The room went very quiet. Silence lay across everyone like a thick, heavy blanket. No one spoke. Their faces were blank.
Come to think of it,
Desperate for something else to look at, Junpei turned his eyes to the room around him.
what is this room?
The coffin! The walls were covered with candles. The wavering flame made the shadows of Junpei and his companions look as though they were dancing. 2 rows of wooden pews filled most of the room.
It looks like it's set up for some kind of ceremony, but what
Yeah.
kind?
Between them was a strip of rich red carpet. The carpet ran straight through the room, ending at the door that pointed to the stern of the boat. Some of this stuff I think is stuff we had in the last one, but we're just gonna keep going through because things are slightly different. At the other end of the carpet, yes.
Is that an altar?
It was a recessed space into the wall set between the 2 doors. Sitting on the raised section of the altar was a coffin. Coffin, yep. But it doesn't look like that coffin. But I guess they could have changed
It couldn't
coffins.
possibly be.
But if it wasn't, then whose body occupied it? Snakes! That was as far as Junpei wanted to pursue that line of thought. He decided not to think about the coffin for the time being. No! Think about the coffin! At that moment, Seven spoke. There was an edge of humor to his voice, but it was forced.
Okay, I give up. I give up. I figured if we sat around here long enough, someone would volunteer. But I guess nobody's got the guts to do it.
What are you talking about?
Junpei didn't understand, and he wasn't the only one.
What? You guys didn't figure it out yet?
Wh-
Fine, let me enlighten you. Clover was mostly right with her little explanation earlier, but she missed something.
Huh?
She wasn't really wrong, she just... screw it! Let me just write it out.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Everyone else clustered around him, desperate for a look.
If you're trying to leave with a group of 3 and a group of 4 and get everybody out, Clover's right.
So we leave with 6 people and 1 person gets ditched, and it looks like that's 7 that gets ditched. And 7's the one bringing it up. Damn. Yeah, remaining 7.
But there's another way. Only one combination, though. If you split us up into groups of 3, 3, and 1, you can make this combination.
Wait, this means...
Don't get me wrong here. I'm not trying to copy Ace or anything like that. Even if he hadn't been the hero back in the big hospital room, I'd still be saying the same thing.
The same thing? Are you saying?
Yeah, leave him
Yeah.
behind so everyone else can
Yeah.
go.
I'll stay behind.
Jeez, I didn't have to click to go through those dialogues.
Why are you acting so heroic all of a sudden? Are you some kind of idiot?
Lotus was the first to speak. That in itself was a little strange. She'd reacted much differently when Ace had
Well,
volunteered.
I'm completely against
Huh.
this. I'll be goddamned if I'm gonna have to owe you for getting out of here.
Oh, I guess that might be why. The rest of them began to speak all at once.
I'm against it too. I didn't want to leave Ace behind, and I don't want to leave you either.
Yeah, we're gonna go through a whole... let me guess, we're gonna go through a whole series of dialogue of people saying they don't want this to happen, but then someone's gonna say, well, do you have a better idea? And they're all gonna quiet down real fast, and then we're gonna end up doing it anyway.
I don't like that idea. There's gotta be other options.
I disagree as well. I can't say I care much for you being the hero.
It's Ace. Finally, they quieted down. Junpei looked at Seven.
Well, there you go, Seven. Proposal denied. Clover's right. There's gotta be a better way than this.
Seven made some noise that was somewhere between a derisive snort and a cough.
Doesn't make any sense.
He was doing his best to pretend they were making a foolish decision, but Junpei could see the twinkling of water at the corner of Seven's eyes. Oh, that was when Santa spoke.
Whoa, hold on a minute. I haven't said anything yet.
Until then, Junpei hadn't realized that Santa had stayed quiet for the whole discussion of Seven's fate. Something in his voice made Junpei uncomfortable.
Are you... agreeing? You want to leave him here?
Santa shook his head.
Nah, I'm against it. I don't want to leave Seven here alone.
Then I don't see how it matters.
I said alone.
Oh, what?
I said I don't want to leave Seven alone.
Does he want to stay behind? There was a dull shine in Santa's eyes. They were cold and hard. Junpei felt himself shiver.
What the hell are you...
What? You don't get it? I can't leave just one person. I need 2 more.
Huh?
3 people, including Seven. I'll be leaving behind 3 people.
Why?
That's my proposal. No, those are my orders.
What?
What do you mean, orders? What the hell makes you think you can order us around? Who the hell's gonna listen to you?
You all will. In 3 seconds, you won't have a choice.
Shit, what? Santa?
What?
3, 2, 1.
What? He got the gun, didn't he? Santa was so fast, Junpei could barely see him. When he moved, it was almost like watching a dance. His feet moving like lightning. He spun and... Yup. God damn it, Santa. What the hell? He had
See?
June.
I told you.
His lips curled into a cruel, mocking smile. Why does he...
Huh?
Why does he
What?
want to kill more people? A shudder traveled the length of Junpei's spine. His chest froze and he could feel his breath go stale in his lungs. Nothing made sense. Junpei felt as though his head were about to explode. Santa's sudden change in attitude, saying that he needed 2 more. The gun in his right hand, a revolver. Santa had grabbed June from behind and pressed what Junpei's shaken brain identified as a revolver roughly against her temple.
Why? What the hell is that?
Where on earth had Santa possibly found a gun? Junpei's question roared in his mind, but his mouth refused to ask them. Seven spoke almost as though he had sensed Junpei's confusion.
The gun's from the other room.
What room?
One of the rooms behind door 6. I should have known he was gonna do this. I should have taken the gun.
Well, it's too late now, fat ass.
Jesus, Santa.
Damn it.
A mixture of fury and frustration twisted Seven's face, and he glared at Santa. Santa, for his part, didn't so much as flinch. The corner of his lip twitched into a slightly wider smile. God damn it, Santa. I was starting to like you! I should have went with my initial impression. I didn't like him from the start, and then I started liking him because they gave me some stupid little story. And now this. Then the smile faded and he began to move. He walked backward, dragging June with him. Before long, his back was resting against the door. On the wall next to him was the red. He put his hand on the scanner panel quickly and then forced June to do the same. God damn it.
Now, time for you to start following my orders. Ace, Lotus, congratulations. I've chosen you to come with me. Put your hands in the red.
3, 6, 1, 8 equals 9. Yeah. That was what Santa had meant when he said he needed 2 more.
Hey, you deaf? I gave you an order.
Santa's eyes narrowed to slits. He glared at Ace and Lotus. They stayed frozen like deer caught in the headlights of an oncoming car.
Right. Fine. I didn't want to waste any bullets, but you guys just don't get it.
No sooner were the words out of Santa's mouth than his hands twitched. Oh, and the gun roared. A section of the floor. Okay, I thought he shot June. A thin plume of smoke snaked out of the hole in the floor. There could be no doubt that the gun was real and worked.
He really shot it? But why? Santa, why are you...
Clover's voice spoke of betrayal and disbelief.
Santa, I thought you were one of us. I thought we were friends.
What?
You knew about the leaf words and the 4-leaf clover.
Santa's cheek twitched almost imperceptibly.
What the hell is that shit? I've got no idea.
You're lying.
Shut up. Just shut up, you stupid bitch!
Jesus.
Want me to put a bullet in your fucking head?
Flecks of spit flew from Santa's mouth, his face twisted with rage. Clover recoiled, her eyes wide. When she spoke, her voice was very small.
Santa.
He snorted, then shook his head vigorously and turned to face Ace and Lotus.
Alright, assholes. What are you still standing there for? Get over here and scan those bracelets. I don't have all day. Oh, what's the matter? Your hearing's starting to go? Going senile, maybe?
They should have rushed him after he took that first shot, because he had to still be able to pull the hammer back in time, and he wouldn't have been able to do it quick enough. I don't know the length of the room. Maybe he could have. Ace and Lotus still didn't move. It almost seemed as if they couldn't move. June's face was pale behind Santa's arm. Her eyes were wild and her chest heaved with very quick breath like an animal cornered by a predator. Junpei's mind worked furiously. What were they going to do? Then he realized something. There's nothing they needed to do. There's nothing to debate. June's safety was the first priority. Aw, that much was obvious. Doing as Santa had commanded meant that she would be safe from at least 2 threats. She wouldn't be shot, and she would leave the ship alive, along with Santa, Ace, and Lotus. There was only one thing left for Junpei to do.
It's the only way.
He turned to Ace and Lotus.
Please, go.
Huh?
No way.
Jumpy, what are you saying? If you stay here, you're going to be stuck, Jumpy. And so will Clover and Seven.
I know, but you don't need to worry about us. We'll figure something out. Right, Seven?
Right. You just leave it to us.
So if they leave, we still have that key card to the library and the whole Alice thing. Unless that's meant for a different ending, and not this one. But we haven't got to do anything with it yet, so...
It's gonna piss me off to do what Santa says, but...
Don't worry about me either. There's still something I have to take care of.
Yep.
No, you can't! Ace, Lotus, don't come over! Don't worry about me, please!
June was almost crying. Junpei walked around behind Ace and Lotus. He gently placed a hand on each of their shoulders.
Please.
And pushed them towards the door. They almost stumbled, then righted themselves and took another step, and another. They turned around and Junpei nodded.
Go.
All right.
Fine.
Ace and Lotus turned around again and walked slowly toward the door where Santa was waiting for them. After what seemed like an eternity, they stopped in front of the door marked 9. Santa smiled.
Alright, now let's get those hands on the scanner panel. What's the holdup? What? You think I'm fucking around here? I don't give a shit about this girl.
Jeez.
The red doesn't need a person, you know? All I need is the bracelet. You get it? Good. Now put your fucking hands on the scanner. I'm not gonna say it again.
He shoved the revolver harder against June's head and she winced.
Fine.
Ace sighed, defeated, and placed his hand on the scanner panel. Lotus went next. Lotus glared at Santa and slammed her hand onto the scanner panel. The 4th asterisk blinked on.
Good job. Now, Lotus, pull that lever. Soon as the door opens, you get your ass in there. Try anything stupid, and you know what happens, right?
Damn it.
Junpei could almost hear Lotus's teeth grind. The door slid open. Door number 9 opened at last. It opened with a low, powerful rumble, a drum roll to welcome the chosen few.
Good. Go.
Lotus and Ace walked through the door, their eyes furious but defeated. Santa waited until they were all the way inside, then hauled himself and June across the threshold as well. Yep, and the door shuts. Damn. Well, and now we're stuck. After exactly 9 seconds, the door swung shut. The gust of air it created caused the candles on the altar to flicker and die. Well, shit. The room fell silent. Junpei, Clover, and 7 had been left behind. Clover looked down at her hand and traced with her finger the faint blue veins that crisscrossed them. 7 shoved his arms into the front of his overalls and scratched his stomach. No one spoke. Silence made their air feel thick and oppressive. Desperate for something, anything to occupy his mind, Junpei walked to the larger of the 2 9 doors. He stood in front of it and looked at the red. It read engaged. He moved to the smaller door. Vacant, yep. The digital root of the remaining people is 7. If only we had friggin' Snake. If they would just open that frickin' thing. We could find Snake. There was no possible way for them to open a door with 9 on it. Junpei touched the surface of the door.
June.
He thought about June, about Akane Kurashiki. Was she safe? That was all that mattered to him. If she was alive, if she had escaped this horrible boat, that was what Junpei prayed for. 7 came up next to him. He pulled off his hat, scratched his head inside.
So, what do you want to do, Junpei?
What do you mean, what do I want to do? What can we do?
7 opened his mouth to respond when... Yes! Oh, I got chills. A noise echoed through the room. Someone was pounding on something vigorously. Wasn't mechanical, it was certainly human. Junpei and 7 looked at one another. It's Snake!
How was that?
Shh, quiet.
Clover motioned to 7 to be quiet. I hope it's Snake anyway. Or it's frickin' all ice chick coming back to life. She put one finger to her lips and closed her eyes in concentration. The 3 of them listened, trying to determine where the sound was coming from.
Where is it coming from?
The coffin. Yes!
Could it be?
Yes!
Hey, I think it's coming from this coffin.
We need a code!
You're right.
Let's open it.
But how?
What are those those muscles for show?
You're telling me to force it open?
Just shut up and try!
Junpei and Seven grabbed hold of the coffin. They tried to get a good grip with what little purchase they could find, and pulled with all their strength.
Damn it!
Oh, the music. Oops, I cut him off. There was some sort of keypad attached to the coffin. Its purpose would not have been difficult to determine. Their eyes were almost immediately drawn to it.
Not another one?
Yeah, looks like it.
Do you think we have to put in the right password or it won't open?
I think so.
The noise wasn't stopping. In fact, it was getting louder.
Whoever or whatever's inside this thing wants out. And now.
I know that. But how?
Without a passcode, I don't think there's much we can do.
They couldn't even tell how many numbers the passcode needed to be.
Isn't there a hint somewhere?
Well, let's look for one.
Alright. Unfortunately, there didn't seem to be anything near the coffin. Clover ran to examine the pews, and Seven investigated the desk, but they turned up nothing.
There's nothing here.
Not making this easy, are they?
The sound still wouldn't stop. It wasn't a noise that belonged in that room.
What's the passcode? What am I supposed to do? How can we figure it out? I need something.
Whoa. This is a kind of a cool shot. What? Wait, what? To be continued? To be continued? What? When? When are we continuing? Unfortunately, that's the wrong answer. Actually, I'm Santa. Wait, what? What? Wait, what? 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 Now it is time. Let our game... Are we back at the beginning? Would you like to save the info you obtained during this playthrough? After saving, the game will restart from the beginning. Really? Why did they put a continue? Yeah, I guess... Let's save. That ending is there now. Over there. Alright. We got another ending, guys. Now the question is, do I start going... Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, obviously my guess is that it's Snake. I don't know if that's true or not. But, obviously my guess is it's Snake. And then they would have, I imagine with that they'd have the numbers to escape, and that's how everyone gets out, maybe? But, oh man. So Santa is potentially... Is he the bad guy for everything, though? Is he the bad guy for this ending and the knife ending? I think I remember saying during the knife ending that Santa was one of the possibilities of the people who went through the room that could have, Santa was one of the ones that wasn't with us, which is what made me think he was one of the ones that, was doing the stabbing, I think. I can't remember if he was the one that went through, the door that had the knife in it, right? I couldn't remember if he went through that one or not. At this point, do I even know what door that was? Do we get names? Operating room? No, so it wasn't that. Kitchen? That was what we were in. Kitchen, right? Okay, so that was the 4 and 5 door choice. The first time I went through 5 door, and that was where I led and got the knife ending, and Santa wasn't with us, because I remember not getting development with Santa for a bit. So that means Santa did go through 4-door that time. And so he could have had the knife. Alright, so it's very much possible that Santa is just the one that stabbed us and pulled this shit at this ending, too. Damn. Alright, what do we have to do? Let me take a look at this here, guys. My friend's message, the next one, we have to go through door 5 to start. We have to do 5, and then 8, and then 1 to get to the next ending. And there's nothing even special that we have to do in there. So, we're mostly going to be skipping, I think. Yeah, there's no, like, different dialogue choices we have to do or anything. Alright, so there's roughly 9 minutes left in the episode that I normally do. Length, I don't really have a set length. I could just end this one here and now. But I think I'm gonna work on, like, figuring out the I think there might be a faster way to skip. So we're gonna go back to the 4 and 5 doors. Oh, I can't do that right now. I gotta wait for the game to start over, right? Alright. Let's do that real fast. So yeah, we'll go start making our way through this stuff. Menu, flowchart, should be able to pick it now. Back to this choice. And then we will pick the 5-door.
I thought we were finished with that topic.
Okay, so my friend was giving me some ideas. Holding left
What
click
should we do?
does not seem to skip quickly. And then he said to
Talk it through.
hitting the stop button down there.
Oh my god,
No,
enough.
hitting the stop
All we're
didn't seem to
doing
do
is
anything.
talking.
Did he have any other ideas? Might be a key to script text. I don't know if he's gonna... Okay. Apparently hitting control twice enables it. So hitting control twice? Oh, here we go. That's good. Although I might miss some dialogue, but I don't have to make any other new choices here, right? Except, well, we haven't been through door 8 yet, actually. Door 8 is gonna be all new stuff. Alright. 8365 over the digital rupee. Is that gray because that's the answer we had before? Let's just do it anyway. That's 11, 17, 22, and then 4, yeah. So that must be the answer we gave before. It should speed us all the way through to saying that it had to be door 5, right? That's what I'm picking. Yep, and then we're... Okay. Bro, I stopped at new
Let's make
teams to
sure
assemble.
we've got this straight.
Oh, this is right where
Those
I wanted
going
to...
to door 5 are me, 7, and Snake.
Right.
7 plus 2 plus 5 equals 14.
Which means, like I thought, Santa goes in the door with the knife
And
room.
the digital root of
Okay.
14, 1 plus 4 is 5.
Alright. We go in... We get to see Snake again for a little bit. They do their whole thing. I don't know... Am I able to just... Now that I made this choice... Am I able to just, get past this beeping? Am I able to just jump to the 8 choice now? Flow. I am going down this path. So now if I jump to this... Because we don't have to make any other choices in this, so... Is it not letting me? Oh, it's going. Okay, so now if we look at the flowchart again... Yeah, it had us going down this path, right? Door 5, yeah. Oops. So that's good. That means now we can just take door 8. Cool. And then I guess...
Well, we really...
We've seen a bunch of this stuff already, yada yada yada. Okay. So now this is, I want to turn skip off, there we go. I'm glad I read that my friend messaged me that in this, because this is helping big time. Door 8.
I think I'm gonna go with door 8.
Okay.
And now this is new stuff, so...
Yeah.
All right, then. That means June's got to go through 7.
What? Why?
What?
Santa grimaced and muttered angrily to himself, but finally began to explain.
If the 6 of us are going to keep going without leaving anyone behind, there are only 3 ways we can do it.
Plan A.
Have 3, 5, and 8 go through 7, and 4, 6, and 7 go through 8.
Plan B.
4, 5, and 7 go through 7, and 3, 6, and 8 go through 8.
Yep. Plan
Or
C.
3, 6, and 7 go through 7, and 4, 5,
Basically,
and
no
8
matter
go
what,
through
5 and 6 can't go together, of course.
There are no other combinations. In other words, 3 and 4 and 7 and 8 can never go through the same doors. You get it now?
As Santa finished, June looked over at Junpei, tears welling up at the corner of her eyes.
Oh no. You're saying we aren't gonna see each other again for a long time.
Junpei felt just as June did. He wanted to be at her side through whatever trials they were preparing to face. But he knew if they were to survive, they had to swallow his feelings. And, in order for the 6 of them to move forward, he and June had to be separated. He looked at June, he was scared to lose her, but he swallowed, steeled his resolve, and did his best to smile.
Hey,
There is some of this, I mean, we went over
making it
this
sound
whole,
like
like,
we're never
splitting
gonna
up
see each
before,
other
but
again.
I want to make
Gotta
sure,
split
like,
up,
picking
but
door
only
8,
for
we
a
don't get
while.
any new
This
dialogue,
is just
so...
like when we went into the 4 and 5 doors, remember? We got split up then too, but we all met back up. I'll bet 7 and 8 are just like that.
Yo,
You mean they're connected somewhere?
yo, I do remember
probably.
this, yeah.
Probably.
She didn't sound very hopeful. It was 7 that interjected.
I'm sure they're gonna connect somewhere.
Why? What makes you think so?
If they don't, then neither team can get through door 9.
Yo,
In other words,
yep,
the game
yep.
would end right here. Zero's been on top of his shit so far. I don't think he'd blow it now. I'm damn sure that son of a bitch wants to have his fun as long as possible. He's not gonna end this game until we get through the 9 door.
And the other reason why I wanted to slow it down, I wanted to make sure that I knew what door everyone's going through, because that's important too. The tears were gone, but her eyes were still sad as they looked at Junpei. He met them, and with what reassurance he could manage, laid his hand gently on her shoulder.
Everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna see each other again. I promise.
June bit her lip and gave him an almost imperceptible nod.
Yes. Promise?
Her voice was barely above a whisper. Santa's voice shattered the moment.
You guys are done, right?
Fucking dick. I know what you do, asshole.
Anyway,
He stretched and
that's pretty
continued.
much it. Clover and I will both go into separate groups. I figure I'll take 7 and Clover can take 8. Any problems with that, Clover?
Clover looked away and was silent for a moment.
Whatever.
It was more of a dismissal than an agreement, but Santa didn't seem to care.
All right, we're ready to go then. Let's move.
All right. At Santa's command, I'm sick of Santa's commands. The group split and headed for their respective doors. All right, so we are about to go through the doors. All new stuff. I never went through 8 before. I went through 7 and I went through 1. So I think, or not. Wait, is it 1? Shit, I went through. No, it wasn't 1, was it? I went through whatever the other door was. It was 3, I think, actually. And but 8 is new, so I'm looking forward to some more puzzles and stuff next episode. So I am gonna wrap it up here before we go through. I don't want to get in the middle of another puzzle, and stop the episode in the middle. This is a good spot. We got to another ending. We got to, this point heading towards the next one. We just have to go through 8, which might be an episode or 2, depending on how many puzzles there are. I think there's only gonna be 1, right? It's like, if I'm right, it was 2 puzzles for the first set of doors, 1 puzzle for the second set of doors, and then 2 puzzles for the last set of doors before 9, which I haven't been through yet. So So yeah, we might only have one puzzle, which will probably be next episode, depending on the difficulty and stuff like that, and then we'll be progressing through to another ending. So yeah, it's exciting. So that was we finished what my friend listed as ending 1. We're heading towards ending 2. The first ending I got was what he marked as ending 3. And then we're going to have 4, 5, and 6 to go through afterwards. So we still have a lot of game to experience, a lot of things to learn. I'm excited. It's been fun. So I'm looking forward to doing more. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.